I found this one simple filter that helps me identify quickly and easily whether or not an NFT project is even worth looking at. So you're surfing the internet for different NFT projects, your friend tells you about a cool one and you go to look it up. Where do you go? Usually for me, it's Twitter. And if you go to Twitter and use this simple technique, you'll be able to very quickly identify if an NFT project is even worth looking at. This technique came into conversation yesterday during one of my alpha calls with my whale group when one of the members in the group asked about a project called Deluxe Goat. So I immediately went over on Twitter, looked up Deluxe Goat, found the project, and you can see right here, Deluxe Goat is a goated collection of 4444. I actually really like the branding behind this. It's black and white. It's really clean and simple, a lot like Nike. They actually do own the original Deluxe Goat Twitter handle. They have 28,000 followers, and it looks like they haven't actually followed a lot of people, which means there's not a lot of follows in here. If we go down and look at their first pinned tweet from just about 2 days ago, they actually have 2,500 retweets. By anyone's standards, this is looking pretty good so far, I would say. The low collection count probably will make the floor price do even better. But there's one critically important thing that I saw on this page before I looked at any of that other stuff that already told me I am not buying into this project. You may have guessed it, you may have not. Not followed by anyone you're following. This right here is the kiss of death to me. It's the very first filter I look at with every single project. This is the most important filter you can have. Follow people on Twitter that have a history of being right. People that have invested in Bored Apes, Cool Cats, Doodles, people that have been in the NFT space for a while, that have a lot of money in the space, that understand the space to a very deep degree. I follow those type of people because that is how you can easily use Twitter and the community to do a lot of the research for you. So for example, Deluxe Goat, because it's got nobody that I actually follow, this one already is a red flag to me and I'm not going to even look into it further. If we go to another project like this one, Undead Blocks, they actually follow me, which is pretty cool. But you can see right here, they actually have 20,000 followers. So they have less than Deluxe Goat. But more importantly than their following count, you can see right below it, they are followed by 10 people that I also follow. People like NFT Nate, Bento Boy, Ryan D Crypto, Matt Blockchain, NFT Llama, Champ, Nikki G, Pasta, Amir, Crypto Gorilla. All 10 of those people happen to be people that are also in this NFT space. So even though this project has less of a following, and if we scroll down, they even have half the amount of retweets on their pinned tweet. So they're not getting as much engagement. They don't have as big of a following, but they do have those key followers. People that are in the space, that have done well, that I care about, also follow this project, which immediately tells me there's a good chance that there is something or some kind of merit to this project that I should look into further. If we go to an even bigger project, you can see right here, Imaginary Ones. This is one of the biggest drops coming up in March. You can see here, this one has over 45 people that I personally follow also following this account, which then again reaffirms that even though they may have a huge following here, maybe they're all bots. Well, it's safe to say that other people also think this is a really good project because there's 50 people that I follow personally that also follow Imaginary Ones. So in order to make sure that your following is also a robust and reliable group of people that you can use this filtering system with, you're probably going to want to follow a lot of the biggest names in the space, specifically people like other influencers just like myself, people that are constantly getting whitelists, that are really in the trenches in these communities. And once you've set up your following list, I'd say to have at least 200 to 500 people that you're following, because the more people that you have that you trust, the more exposure you get to new products and opportunities, and it really does help this filtering system. For example, if you only follow 10 to 50 people, a lot of times most products you stumble upon may not have anyone following them that you also follow. And therefore, this whole system, this little trick that I've kind of come up with, probably won't work as well. One way you can do this is by quickly going over to my account at Matt Cabuzio. If you haven't followed me yet, go over there, give me that follow. Trust me, I give away all kinds of stuff. You can see right here, we do giveaways, like 2 to 3 giveaways a day right now. I'm giving away a ton of whitelist spots for some big projects. So if you haven't followed me yet, head over there at Matt Cabuzio, links down below, hit me with a follow. But once you get there, you're gonna wanna go to my following. And you can actually just go on my following list and follow all the people that I follow. You'll see that I do follow a lot of projects, and I have to clean this up, to be honest with you. There's a lot of them there that are old projects that I don't need to be following anymore, that I follow just to talk to and DM. But a lot of the people on there are people that I follow long-term and have really good history of identifying great projects. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna help speed this up for you guys and show you 15 to 20 of the people that I think are probably the best to follow first. These are in no particular order, but Bento Boy is one of them. He's got 170,000 followers. This guy has done a lot of great stuff, including his own collection with Squishy Squad, which is doing pretty well. This guy I've talked to a couple times privately in Discord messages. He seems like a pretty cool dude. I don't know any of these people personally quite yet, but a lot of these people are very deep in the space. The next one is Popeye, and he's also another guy that has his own collection coming out. He is an advisor for Cosmics, which is coming out soon. This is actually going to be one of the ones that's on my NFT calendar in my private group. Check the link out down below if you want to see that. He also has his own Pix Passport alpha group that is doing quite well. If you go over to OpenSea, you can see here, it's got just about a 1 ETH floor right now, so his projects are doing pretty well. He's a reliable person to follow as well. NFT Nate is probably one of the guys I'm closest to in this space. I've done an interview video with him. This guy's really down to earth. From what I can tell, Nate has a ton of integrity, so he doesn't do paid promos just like a lot of us don't do. This guy's really good. He's underrated in my opinion. Give him a follow. Definitely check him out. Ryan D Crypto is another one of the biggest guys in the space, especially on Twitter. He's got over 200,000 followers. You can see 67 people that I follow also follow him because, again, this is all the same circle, but once you're in the circle, you'll see that a lot of people are following each other because everyone in the same group is really deep in the trenches and kind of working together on the same projects. Next one is Champ, very similar to Popeye. He has his Champs Pass, which is his own alpha group that's doing quite well. This guy also has a YouTube channel. He's been in the space for a while, so he's kind of very similar to me in a lot of ways, and he's found some great projects as well that he's tweeted about, so you'll know about these projects if you follow him. The next one here is Journey, aka Tony. He is absolutely massive, 800,000 followers. You guys definitely know about him. I've talked about him a bunch on the channel. This one's someone you have to follow. He's so big in the space that you just have to follow him. He may not be the guy that's going to show you all the new nitty-gritty awesome projects because he's working on a lot of his own projects, but you can see here 112 people that I follow also follow him, which is a huge number. Have to have him on your list. Next up here, we have Wizard. This is actually my right-hand man. This is my manager and my head mod for NFT HUD and my personal alpha server. He's got a small following right now, but I'm telling you, Wizard is a smart kid. He knows his stuff. He's found some truly small and amazing projects very early on. I would definitely give him a follow. Trust me, you're not going to regret it. He's not the biggest guy on this list, but I promise you it'll be worth the follow. Next up, we got Kosher Plug, another big Twitter influencer in the space. This guy's been around for a while. He's got the Plug Pass. We're Gonna Make It Studios, which just launched. It's a podcast he's doing with some of these other guys I've talked about following. Another guy that you need to follow. You may already know about FTX as one of the leading crypto exchanges, and specifically if you watch my channel, on my crypto exchanges review, I said that FTX has one of the lowest fees on any US-based crypto exchange, and that's true because it does. Today, I want to tell you guys about another feature that FTX US has. It is one of the first, if not the very first, to have both Ethereum and Solana NFTs on its platform. That's a big deal. FTX allows you to buy and sell NFTs on the platform with no trading fees. Yeah, I know. When I read that, I was like, all right, sure. But it's true, so go check it out for yourself. Not only do they have industry-leading features, but they've also partnered with major people like Tom Brady, Steph Curry, the Miami Heat, MLB, Mercedes F1, and now your boy too. But on a totally serious note, I only ever promote products on this channel that I actually use myself or would invest in. FTX is seriously a good platform. There's a link down below to go check it out, or you can go click this card right up here to go check it out for yourself. Some more here are Nicky G. Nicky G is working with all these influencers that I just talked about more or less. He gets a lot of whitelist spots for big projects and helps people get those whitelist spots in their hands. This guy is awesome, really generous from what I can tell so far. He's definitely worth following. Giancarlo is another YouTuber just like myself. He's just around the same size YouTube channel as mine. He's probably the guy that I watch the most on YouTube for NFT content. I think his articulation and his explanation of some of these concepts is phenomenal. Highly recommend following him as well. From what I can tell in talking to him just a little bit and also watching his content, he seems like he's got a lot of integrity, which I really respect. NFT Pasta is another guy that's not the biggest. Oh, I lied. He's actually bigger than me. This guy was not that big that long ago, but he's picked out some really, really good projects. Kind of like Wizard, they found some really good projects early on that a lot of these bigger influencers just haven't found, so I highly recommend following Pasta as well. You got Amir, who's another massive player in the space. He's got his Dark Echelon Pass, his Alpha Pass, which is doing super well, friends with Nicky G. Again, all these guys are in the same circle. We're all in the same kind of group right now, and it's just another one you need to follow. You also got Brett, you got Otto, Takoa, Dante, Crypto Gorilla, and last but not least, Gary V. Obviously, it's freaking Gary V, but all these people, I would say, are my top 20 or so that I think are really important to follow. Many of them are in the same kind of communities right now, and there's a reason for that. It's because they're all finding these same projects to be the ones that are hitting hard. And to be honest with you, a lot of these products that all these guys have put me onto, including my own alpha group, are on my NFT calendar, which you can see right here. These are the returns for this month. Pretty much all of them have been really, really good. Obviously, there was a couple here that weren't good. If you can guess what this one is, leave a comment down below. I think you might be able to figure it out. But for the most part, there have been some amazing products this month. And as you can see right down here, we have a ton of whitelist spots for a lot of these projects that are coming up that I expect to do pretty well also. So if you want to be part of the alpha group that I've alluded to a couple times and get an inside look behind the scenes to this NFT calendar, my buy list, and kind of just all the intel I'm getting from all these guys, definitely join my Patreon Patreon down below, links in the description. I look forward to seeing you guys in there. Other than that, smack a like in the video, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.